So after a devastating crash last night at the Eldora Speedway, we did decide as a team that we wanted to finish out the weekend. So that required getting the backup car down from upstairs, putting an engine in, and then all the work that it was going to take to get it race ready for tonight's Kings Royal $175,000 to win race. So it is just a few hours before race time, and it's officially the Kings Royal night. $175,000 on the line. If you look behind me, we kind of go this way. Last night we were involved in that terrible crash here in turn 1. As you can see, we pulled the spare car down, and we just have a little bit more work so this thing is race ready. Happy that I'm gonna have the chance to race tonight. You know, incidents like that, they're very scary. I'm glad to be, I'm so lucky. Right now I feel 100%. I'm ready to get back out on track, and I just want to put last night behind us. There's nothing we can do about it now. So teams are finishing up the work, and we're going to be competing for a lot of money, and we have one more chance tonight at the Big E on this trip to make something happen. So step 1 on the day is complete. We got the new car all fired up for some engine heat, which in the Eldora pit area can be a little gnarly. There are so many people walking around for the Kings Royal. Check this out. Cars are about to be on track for hot laps. Now, the Kings Royal format is a little bit more unique than the normal Outlaw show that's completely straight up on qualifying. We'll talk a little bit more about it, but we're about to roll out in hot lap. Then we have qualifying, which we all qualify against each other. So a 62 car field, 1 through 62, we're all in the same flight technically, and then they're gonna spin the wheel of unfortune, and basically there's gonna be some sort of invert in the heat races. It's gonna be a 0 to a 6. We don't know what that invert is yet. So depending on what they spin, someone's gonna benefit maybe from not qualifying good. Some guys are gonna benefit from being quick time. We just don't really know. And then from there, they're gonna go through the heat races and transfer guys, you know, up front. So it's gonna be really interesting. Like I said, kind of a guessing game. It all really just depends on, you know, where you qualify, where the wheel spins, and how it all comes together. But glad we got the car fired up. Excited to get some laps here, and then we'll be rolling right into qualifying. So we just wrapped up qualifying, going out in the second half and just later. As far as time-wise, with the 60-plus car field, there was no way we were going to have a shot at probably, you know, being in that top 5 range. The fastest cars were in the 12-second bracket, where we were a 13.4. I think there was only 2 or 3 cars that went out after us that went faster, so that's a good sign. Like, our car was good. I ran it good. My one lap that was fast was good. I ran through the top side of 1 and 2 and nailed the bottom in 3 and 4. You know, I felt like I got about as much potential for where we're at out of the lap. Now though, they're getting ready to spin the wheel. We ended up a 31st quick. Now with the wheel, if they spin a 6, we're gonna be on the front row of the heat race. If they spin anything else, I think we're gonna miss the invert, so that does suck. I've never ran the Kings Royal before, so I'm about to see how this format could play out. Fingers crossed that we could be on the front row. That would be huge for us. Happy with my race car. Like I said, I think we did, you know, just about all we could have done. Now it's in the fate of how tonight is gonna roll and where we're gonna be rolling off for a heat. Let's see.
Tanner, there's more 4s than that, than 6s.
Yeah. If they spin a 4, we're screwed.
Well, we
got to come from row 3.
Right.
See, if they would have spun a 6 and we would have actually, PPM wouldn't have beat us, we would have been on the pole of the last heat, and if we win the last heat, you're on the pole of feature.
Watch it be a 0 out of all the numbers.
Nah.
It's going to be a 4.
That sucks.
Well, Well, you just gotta pass them, but here's the deal: you don't know who's in the invert. I mean, you could get a couple guys.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they just spun the wheel of unfortunate. Unfortunate for us. Dang it. I thought we were, you know, like I said, we did what we could there in qualifying. We'll see how this heat race shakes out. I believe we're going to be starting 6th, and they're going to be transferring the top 3. At this point, like I said, we have to, you know, we've done all we can do. So, time to make it happen here. We're going to have heat races coming quick. So none of my cameras captured what just happened, but I got sideways in turn 3 and 4, was trying to save it. The 24 car had nowhere to go. He hit me, I bounced off the inside wall, and then decided to pull in because I was having a problem with my steering. Well, guys, we decided to park the 18T after that heat race. Had a mishap. Got a good start. My starts, I feel like, have been pretty good all weekend. You know, could have been a little better, but got rolling into 5th. Was kind of right there behind 4th. And immediately on the first lap, I noticed something weird when I went into 3. Like, I kind of got in the slick, and I went to have back steer, and my steering wheel like locked up. It was crazy. I like turned, and I needed to turn more, and all of a sudden my wheel would not turn. So I saved it. I was like, okay, whatever. I got to be really careful. Obviously, that messes with you. Went through 1 and 2, went back into 3 and 4. Kind of ran the same line. It wasn't great, but same thing happened, and this time I actually was about to spin out, and I feel bad. I think I ruined the 24's day. He probably had nowhere to go. I was spinning and saved it as I slowed down, and he hit me, and I think I got the front stretch wall with my left front. A little bit of damage there, and a little damage on the left rear, a little bit of damage on the tank. That should pop out, hopefully. So basically what happened is what we would call, like, the box wasn't clocked correctly. You clock it so you have the most amount of, you know, turning both directions, because you need all you got. Basically, you know, the front tire is supposed to run into the torsion arm, and it's supposed to go both ways, so we did not have that. Simple mistake on our end. It's exactly why never in a situation where I want to come to a big race and have a brand new car, you know, that hasn't hit the track. But tonight we obviously didn't have any other option. We tried to do all we could, and something small like that is what hurt us. So, you know, I just didn't have the amount of steering I needed. Why that didn't affect us in qualifying is because you're so straight. Once you're in race mode, you're around guys, things happen. You need that little bit extra, and yeah, so I decided to pull off. I knew something wasn't right, and we decided to end our night because, you know, obviously we're so buried. We're not gonna be able to do what we want to do, and we don't want to put our equipment on the line, as we have some things we need to clean up to be able to fulfill the rest of our Midwest schedule. So sucks. Nothing I could have done as a driver. Yeah, it's just really unfortunate. Glad though that not more was torn up. So the races are over. that's gonna wrap up our week here at Eldora. You can see rigs are just starting to leave. This is definitely a must event if you are a sprint car or dirt racing fan. I'd never been a part of the Kings Royal, and now I see why everyone comes every year. We got treated to a phenomenal show. This surface, as difficult as it is for a driver, it is entertaining. It's different, it has speed, it's slick, it's got a cushion. Not as gnarly actually as you would imagine. It just seems like it's a little bit more fluffy to the wall. A really hard bottom, you gotta have so much throttle control here. Your car's gotta be good. This place, I know people overuse the word technical, but Eldora is technical. And then of course the history behind it, you see the throne back there, and so many fans just love the heck out of this place. So big thanks to my team, my crew, my family. I know we had a really hard week. You know, there was the ups and the downs. I feel like there were some small victories, and we really started to show speed. And the good news is we now have a notebook for our own family car in the 18T on this place for when we come back. Yes, that's right, we're coming back. You'll see us at the Big E a lot in the future. I also want to give a big shout out to all my partners, DZ, The Boss, Shane DeWald Trucking, Steck, Vienendahl Trucking, QRC, Orville Tax, ABC Powder Coating, Diamond Roofing Company, Earth Environmental, Canopy Country, Pit Stop USA, Fast 4 Media, Carbon Works, Triple X, Ty 22, Champion Car Wash, Rod and Supply. Like I said, I have so many great people in my corner. They support us through all this, and we're just riding along for the journey. So we got to keep grinding. This is when things get tough, and tough moments make tough people. So glad that we didn't end up tearing up, you know, more tonight. Small issue. We shook down this car, but now we're focused ahead with Eldora being complete at how we can do well at this year's Knoxville Nationals. So our Midwest trip will continue, and now we're just leaving the state of Ohio. Deuces.